All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ministry Revealed. It is May 28th, 2018. Sorry, I stumbled on the number 5. I uh, I wasn't planning on getting a video done today. I'm working on one where I'm actually, look at this. Can you believe that? I'm doing it again. Look at this. I'm putting this, here, you're going to see it pop up in a second. I'm not going to show you it all now. But I'm going to show you something, and if you guys saw a video of somebody nick somebody, he mentioned it. However, this didn't come from him. I just saw his video yesterday. This understanding was revealed to me, or given to me, I should say, by Jimmy I told you guys about. I'm going to show you that it is, in fact, 2018, that Daniel 9 has 3 revelations in it. One where Jesus already fulfilled it. The second one in how it relates to to Mark. Remember that? That was such a big deal. I've been trying to figure out for a while, what is it for Mark? Right? Mark, in his discourse in Mark 13, when it says the abomination of desolation, as talked about by Daniel, you know, it says, what did it say? Standing where it ought not. And when you go to Matthew, and Matthew talks about, in Matthew 24, in his discourse, the abomination of desolation is spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. They're spoken of differently. Like I said, I've taught you guys the one for trumpets, which is the Matthew one. We're gonna go over it again in my next video, and we're gonna cover the one as well that points to this year. And it's the one for Mark, all right? So that's what we're going to cover. You can see I'm still working on it here. So I just wanted to tell you that real quick. That's what I've been working on and planning on getting it done here for tomorrow's video. It might be tomorrow, but I like to leave my videos out at least for 2 days, preferably 3, but at least 2 days, so that people watch them, right? Give people a chance to watch, because if I put videos out too soon, people don't watch them, and the information in these videos is bananas gangbusters. There is so much revelation in my videos, guys. It's crazy. I get crazy. It's so incredible. And today is another one. I wasn't planning, like I said, on doing a video today, but when I came across this morning, I've been out driving around a lot, kids going all over the place with stuff for school. So I've been out, but started off this morning when I was here for a bit, and then came back in the afternoon and confirmed it. I'm going to show you with this. It's crazy. I'm going to give you guys absolute proof of when the Abib, the true turn of the year, is. This guy was correct. His way, we could say, appears to be a little bit more difficult. I've been actually, you can see here in comments, I've been commenting with him back and forth. He's going to have a look. I sent him the information, and he's going to have a look at it too. And then I spent more time in it and realized that it absolutely is true, and it's proven out every time. I'm going to show you guys what it is. And I spent some time. He tells you when you watch this video of his to pause it. Get the information, go through it, study it, and like I told you guys before, that is exactly what I do. What I ask you guys to do of my stuff, I ask you guys, I do it myself when I'm learning from other people as well. All right? I'm going to give you the absolute simplest way. It is so incredible. God gave it to us even in our Gregorian calendar. He gave us the mystery of the 13th month and when it's to be added, what year it's to be added. We can absolutely know in advance what year it's to be added, or what years it's to be added. This guy shows us with Spica. All right? I'm going to show you another way hidden within his chart here that gives the evidence that what he was talking about, it confirms that what he's talking about here is in fact truth. 100% absolutely true. All right? And it's so simple, guys. I was, again, this is the way it works, right? God leads me, somebody sends me a video, a link, I watch it. I don't always watch all of them, but this one was something that I wanted to know because I've told you guys in the past. These Abib, these potential times of adding the 13th month in certain years have thrown off account when it came to an exact 30-month off in the year 2024. And I knew it had to do with the Abib. Now I can prove out every time where it is, and in the counts of the previous years where it shouldn't have been. So can this guy. But without doing and going into all this and understanding Spica, so all this is here, so you can see this line. This is just depending on the time of day. See, this is just the horizon, and it's the ground. I got rid of all the trees and everything and just used the plain one. All right? But I'm going to show you, if you watch his video, you'll understand. He talks about this, and this is looking north. So remember that, right? You have your west, your north, your east, and it's about when Spica, the month of the new moon, meaning not the new moon like the crescent of the new moon, but the actual full moon. All right? The full moon is when these counts are. It's based on the full moon. We've been duped with this quarter moon. Now, can you probably do a count? Yeah, but you're going to be off by a little bit, probably a couple weeks. And you're going to completely miss the understanding of when to add the second Adar, the 13th month. All right? He shows us with Spica. Right? Here's March 31st, and then you want to go to sunrise, and this is at a full moon day, right? The next full moon was March 30th was the next full moon. We got to go at sunrise, though. See, where's Spica? Spica at sunrise, right? You can look it up. All you do is do a search for the sunrise. I use, here, give me a second. I use this program, or this website. It was so easy to use. It's called moongiant.com. Moongiant. Here, let's just go to this. Moongiant, March 2018. Right? And you can find out when the full moons are, the quarter moon. You can find out all this stuff. It's a really good website. And this is just, again, just stumbled across it. Wasn't looking, guys, for any additional understanding. Or sorry, I was looking for additional understanding, but I was not looking for a whole new way of confirming what this guy was teaching. All right, you can see the full moons when they are. It's blue, which means there you go. That's your second full moon in a month. So, our Gregorian calendar. This is amazing. This was so incredible. I called my wife. It was one of those I had to call my wife once, and she's like, "Honey, I'm busy. Tell me when I get home." Right? It happens all the time, guys. Multiple times a week. And this is another one. Our blue moon months reveal the truth and the understanding of what he taught us with Spica. Right? When Spica goes below the horizon, if it's above, look at this. If it's above the horizon, at sunrise, let's go to sunrise. 7:12 is sunrise on this day. I'm in Calgary. You can see down there, right? So there's your sunrise. Spica is still above the horizon. So at the new moon, the full moon, if Spica at sunrise is still above the horizon, we're still a month away. You have to wait for the next full moon and see if Spica is below the horizon. And at the next full moon, if Spica is below the horizon, Spica is, oh, come on. Spica is below the horizon, right? And there's your sunrise is 6 something. Oh yeah, there it is. It's about 6:12, 6:14, somewhere in there. Spica is below the horizon, which means at your new moon, the next new moon, which made it March 30th, you are now Nisan 1, right? Or Adar 1, or whatever people want to call it. The Jewish calendar one, we can say Nisan 1, right? That's the one we generally know. Nisan 1. Bam. It was March 30, April 30th this year. It was. And this is what he has shown us already, all right, on this channel. And the best way to do it is I was looking at his graphs and his charts that looked like the stellarium. Do that. You're going to want to get your bearings, but go into this and see. You can see where he's at it. See, this is 2018, 18, March 18th. There it is. And watch this, okay? And then so the months go like this, down, all the way down, go back to the top, all the way down, added month. There we go. There's your Nisan. And what he's got here is this is your 7th month, right? Your 7th month, new moon, right? At the full moon. This is your trumpets time, all right? At the fall feasts, all right? Now, what you need to see, I mean, this was incredible. Watch this. So I did a search. I don't know why, but it popped into my head because I realized that, wait a second, we know that the Abib is every, give or take, 2 to 3 years, somewhere in there, right? You can see he's got it right here. 3rd year, 2nd year, 3rd year, 3rd year, right? He's figured out through the sun, moon, and stars how to do it, right? On the proper calendar. What screws us all up is the fact that we keep using Gregorian, or the Jewish with the Gregorian, not the actual Hebrew. Because of all these calendars that have been invented, everything is off. Just like when our Sabbath should be, right? It's not always on a Friday. We do it like that, but it turns out that's not the case. It's because of these calendars and not running on month 1, month 2, and following the way it originally was. It's just so messed up now. However, it can be understood. And this guy does a great job of it. This is just to focus, though, on the actual first month of, wait, I thought it was Abib, right? Abib, there it is. Or what we can say is what year that a 13th month is supposed to be added before the true first month of the year begins in a year on the Hebrew calendar. All right? So if it happens every 2 to 3 years all the time, I thought, wait a second. What else do we know happens every 2 to 3 years on our calendar? Are you getting it? The blue moons. The blue moons happen every 2 to 3 years. And March was a blue moon year. 1 on the 2nd, 1 on the 31st, 2 full moons in a month, 2 firsts, right, in 1 month on our Gregorian calendar, not on the Hebrew calendar. So, what am I saying? Watch this. He's even got it in his chart without knowing it. All right? Watch this. Now remember, this is your fall feast beginning, right? This is trumpets time, okay? Here's your trumpets based on the full moon, the real count. And we could prove this to you by watching his videos and by listening to what I'm showing you right now today. The cutoff is going to be Feast of Trumpets, all right? The full moon, the first full moon of the 7th month, all right? Now watch this. Watch this. Okay, we don't need to go all the way back to 1900. Let me show you something. We spoke about it in a previous video, but the understanding was still off with what with 1948. All right, watch this. In 1948, they added a second Adar. Remember we spoke about this? And Michael Rood said there shouldn't have been a second Adar added in 1948. Well, they're right. And what came before it? Blue moons. There was a blue moon year in 1947. But, there's a big but, when did it take place? See, we know these blue moons well in advance, right? We spoke about the blue moon that was coming in January and in March well before it came. All right? So, if we look at this and we say, okay, well, we know all these blue moons going forward. Look at that. We can know when the blue moons are. We can understand all the blue moons, when there's a double blue moon in a year. And by the way, it always falls on March 31st on the second one when it comes in the same year, which means you can bet your bottom dollar 2037 is going to be the not ready where Spica is still below. Where Spica is still above on March 31st, just like we showed here, right? Let's go to March 31st. If you go to March 31st in the year at sunrise, wait, let's get to sunrise. All right. And you go to the year 2037, Spica is still going to be above the horizon. Why? Because it falls at the exact same time every 19 years. Which means the following full moon is going to be the beginning of the year and your first of Nisan, which would make it April 30th again. Because there's two in a year. This one is so easy because there's two. It's always January and always March in every 19th year when it happens. And this year, what's the significance of 19, by the way? Do you guys realize the significance of 19? Right? What about when Jerusalem became a nation? Hello, do you see where I'm going? When Israel became a nation in 1948, who can calculate 19 years later? 1967, Six-Day War, and what did they get? Jerusalem. Guys, do you see what I'm getting at here? This is awesome. Do you get it? They got Jerusalem. Here we are. This, which happened in January. Remember? Feast of Trees, Festival of Trees. Not feast, but Festival of Trees. Tu B'Shavat. It means the almond tree. It means the trees blossoming. The first one's the almond, which means watch. And the blue moon, the super blood blue moon fell on January 31st. It's not by chance. This was a Zechariah 1 fulfillment. Because 2018, guys, it begins. I believe either April 30th or May 14th, the first seal was broken. The 10 years, the Psalms 90 and 10, from 70 to 80, tribulation is about to begin. It's begun. So what's happening right now? You want to know what's happening right now? This is what's happening right now. This is what's happening right now. It's probably slow because the programs I got open. Come on. I'm going to show you what is happening right now. The white horse rider is out, and this is what he's doing. I got so many things opened up. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. This is what he's doing. The white horse rider has the first seal, the white horse. I am absolutely convinced The white horse rider has been released. The first seal has been broken. And the white horse rider is out conquering and to conquer. Prevailing for those who are overcoming or have overcome. And he is getting victory. We are about to go. I am telling you, we are about to go. 19 years later. This happens every 19 years. When Israel became a nation in 1948, 19 years later, the 67 Six-Day War, 1967 Six-Day War, and they what? Captured Jerusalem. Would somebody like to let me know? Sorry. What do you say that? Rhetorical question. What happened this year? 19 years on a 19-year event of a double blood blue moon year, or double blue moon year. And it just so happened that this one was a super blood moon and blue. Guys, I had no idea of the understanding or the significance of a blue moon until just today. I dismissed them. I thought nothing of it whatsoever. And in fact, the understanding that there's two every 19 years didn't hit me till about an hour ago. Less than that. And what happened this year? In the 19th one, every 19 years. Look, the last one was 1999. And guess what happened in 1999? Same thing. Spica was above the horizon. So the new month, the month of Nisan and the new year did not begin until April 30th. This is how we can prove it out. So look, 19 years later. And what happened 19 years later? Jerusalem declared the capital of Israel. Come on. Do you see it? Pentecost has not happened yet. Life is going to change at Pentecost. Probably even a little bit before Pentecost, but I'll say Pentecost. So is Pentecost the 3rd of July or the 5th of July? I just think it would be so incredible. You're going to see God. Enjoy your last 4th of July. Because on the 5th, life's going to change forever. Some for good and some for bad. And some for bad a lot of them will only be temporary. If you come to the saving grace of Jesus Christ. Do you understand the information revealed here? What happens? Look, every what? 3 years. Every second year. Every 2 to 3 years. See? 3rd year, 2nd year, 3rd year. Every 3rd year, on the Gregorian calendar, God gave us a code, gave us a clue to understand what year you guys are going to need to add a 13th month before Nisan 1, before Abib. It is hidden in our blue moon months. In the years that we have blue moons and when they occur in the month. In which month, I mean? Look at this, see? July, January, March, August. What about this one? This one's all the way in October. And look what it says. 2020. Well, now that seems to be off. Because let's look at what his shows. If we look at his, and he's correct, I'm going to prove it out. Watch this. In 2020, well, he's got it in 2021. Right? So there's 2020, November, December, January, February, March. He's going to add at the end of 2020. Get it? It's our Gregorian year 2021, but it's still the year really 2020. And here's how you can determine, even though this one is saying that it happened in the year 2020, when did it happen? This is the key to understanding it. It happened after Pentecost. Sorry, not Pentecost. Feast of Trumpets. So if it didn't happen till after trumpets, look, here it is. October 2nd, October 31st, 2 in a month. When? After this, the second half of the year, or what we can say the civil calendar. How's that? The Jewish or the Hebrew civil calendar. If it's in the second half of the year, then it gets added to the following year. Hence, it shows it in 2020, but it's applied into 2021's Gregorian calendar. Hence, March 28th, 2021. It's all hidden in here. Look, let's go into this one. Where did this one happen? Give me a second. Where is it? I know we got it here somewhere, because this is 15. Oh yeah, here it is. Because, sorry, wait a second. I'm off. It's because we can't see the previous month. Oh, no, here it is. So, in 2015, in our Gregorian calendar, in April, on April 4th, the second Adar was added. But where is the blue moon? Right? Where is the blue moon? In July. So in July, it's before the second half of the year, which means it gets added in that year. If the blue moon month comes in October or later, then it will be added over here. So for example, if this one here for July, so we had a full moon here and a full moon here in July on the 1st and on the 31st. So this is a blue moon. So a blue moon month of July. So that meant that in 2015, there had to be a 13th month added before Nisan would begin. All right? Then, what if it was down here? If we were down here, say it was December 1st and December 31st. I think that's how it works. December 1st and December 31st, for example. If it was down here, it wouldn't be added here. It would be added here. Why? Because it's past the civil change-out of the calendar. So all we need to do is look and see where, see right here, where is a blue moon month on our Gregorian calendar? It could only happen on the Gregorian calendar. It can't happen on the Jew or on the Jewish calendar. It can't happen on the Hebrew calendar because they're 30 days. So even though Rome and the Jew, they screwed up our calendars, we knew that the Bible told us they were going to mess up our calendars, that they were going to change the times and the seasons. That meant in the history, in the past, but it also means when the tribulation time begins, they're going to try and do it again. But God gives us clues. Full moon, 2 in a month. We call it a blue moon, and I had no idea why. I don't believe any of us did. We just, maybe a term, why they called it blue. But the reason that there's 2 in a month, God was telling us, even in our Gregorian calendar, that they were trying to hide these truths from us to understand the calendar like he talks about all the time. To try to understand what the Bible was telling us, right? Here it is. Psalms 90 and 12, right after one of my favorites almost, right? Teach us to number our days and let us bring the heart to wisdom. This is wisdom, guys. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, discernment. I wasn't looking for it, so it's not me. It's the Spirit working through me with all, just like all of these other things. Look at that. January and Adar. Where's the next one? July and Adar. See that? Wherever there is two, where is it here? Wherever there are two in a month, that's where your second one gets added. Right? Oh, here, August. So late in the year. August, your next Adar. It all has to do with our full moons in a month. You guys can go to this, themoonfaqs.com, and search it out for yourself. Go check it out on Stellarium and see when Spica disappears. So at the full moon with sunrise, and see where Spica is based on the horizon. If it's above it at that time, at the full moon, then you need to go to the next full moon. When you search and you see when the next full moon is, you enter it in down here at sunrise. So full moon day at sunrise, and see if Spica is below. If Spica is below, boom, that is where the count to the Nisan 1, the new year, begins. And you can confirm it with these blue moon months. Every time. Every time. All based on where they fall. And this year is the magic. This one is all the magic here. This was the one, the Bible, I remember talking to one of our brothers here, a brother in Christ, and he kept saying last year when we were all focused on September 23rd, which was great because look what September 23rd did. It got us all looking at the feasts, right? The feasts and the festivals and trying to understand them better and better and better. What's the only one left we still have to get to? There's only one. It is Pentecost. And what he was telling me last year is he kept saying, well, I can't remember where the scripture is. I've been searching and searching and searching. I couldn't find it. Maybe if he listens to this, he can let me know. Or if you guys know where it is, you can stick it in a comment and hopefully I'll see it. But there's a scripture that talks about essentially missing an Abib and not understanding the times that we're in because we will have missed the true beginning of the year. We will have missed an Abib, right? We will have missed adding a 13th month. And he was telling me this last year in relation to say, hey, maybe this is why, or we should focus and pay attention to say, wait a second, maybe this is why nothing happened. And before it happened, he was saying maybe, if this isn't the time, we should add another month because they should have probably had it at the beginning of the year. They should have added it early in 2017. And that's what he was saying. I was like, I really didn't know anything about the 13th month or anything about that back then. So, but he had mentioned it and he had mentioned it, and it did not apply to 2017. We know that for sure now. It didn't apply to 2017. So where did it apply? It turns out it's 2018, and our blue moons gave us the answer. And so did Mikhail here, if that's his name, with his Spica star with the sun, moon, and stars understanding. This year, 2018, was the year to add a 13th month. I've gone back to check all the way with these into 1948. This was a big thing for me in 47, 48, right? It was to be added in 47, the early portion of 47, not in 48. Yet they added it in 48. If you take it out from 48 and put it back into 47, again, based on the full moons, not on the crescent moons when they're starting, when the full moon is out. All right, on the day of the full moon. Then you realize, wait a second, you push that back a month and guess what? 1948, May 14th, I believe correctly, it landed on Pentecost. So what Michael Rood was talking about was indeed correct. This time, guess where it lands? This time, we had to add a month in it. We add the month, and 14 days gets us to what? Passover. From April 30th, because we added a 13th month, because the scriptures told us to understand when, with the sun, moon, and stars, and our moon on the Gregorian gave us the clues. Even our Gregorian calendar. So if we weren't good and we couldn't read the sun, moon, and stars, we can understand that there was 2 full moons in the same month. And depending when in the year, we know which year, what time they're to be added to. And this was one of those years. Which means we have not hit Pentecost yet. We are waiting for Pentecost. May 14th of 2018 was Passover. Dude, we celebrated Passover a long time ago. Right? At least we're making an effort. We're celebrating these feasts and these festivals as best we know them when we're doing them. I know God appreciates that. Right? We're making an effort for us Gentiles. It's this year. Every 19 years this happens. And it just so happens this 19th year, Jerusalem is declared the capital of Israel. And one of the super blood moons happened on the Festival of Trees. And then everything else that I've shown you regarding Zechariah 1 and the rest of Zechariah to 2018. The 70th year is in Zechariah 1. Guys, it's 2018. 2018, the tribulation is going to begin, and the bride is going to be taken out. Pray that you be counted worthy. Watch and pray always that you be counted worthy to escape all these things and to stand before the Son of Man. The bride goes to the third heaven according to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 12:2. Like a rapture. That's the bride. We don't get the rapture type bodies because we're not coming back here like this. You get it? It's 2018, guys. Get ready. Watch and pray always. Man, how many more confirmations do we need? It's proven out, guys. It's been proven every single way from, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Man, it's so exciting. I was freaking out. I know I'm rambling now. See, I got to do a short video, shortish video for you guys, right? This is incredible. Go to check out this website. Check out the moongiant.com, and you can find out all those informations on the moons. Look at that. The full moon that I know I personally thought nothing of, except it sounded exciting because there was 2 in a month. It turns out it was our clue to Abib. It was our clue to when the year, which years have the 13th month. Just like he confirmed to us with Spica, it's now been confirmed and understood in Gregorian Gentile language. every 19 years. This cracks me up. Every 19 years, and Jerusalem was declared on the 19th year. Guys, I love you. God bless you. I hope this excites you and fires you guys up. We are going home. For everyone that is found accounted worthy, who is obedient to the Lord, who is obedient to his commandments, who is repentant, comes to him daily for forgiveness, who thanks him for all things and in all things. The crap that many of us suffer, and I know many of you guys out there have had way worse than me. Thank him for it, because it made you stronger and got you to this point. And pray, guys, that we'll get to experience it. We're not promised tomorrow, let alone July when Pentecost comes. Right? We are not promised any of it. But man, do I pray to be alive with me and my family to experience that moment when the bride, poof, escapes. So incredible, guys. Stay strong, because now is the time. It is this year. Watch my previous videos for those who are new to the channel. There's no escaping this. It's true. I love you. God bless you. We'll talk to you very soon.